I've just got to check who's in the chat, so give me a sec. Got my cool pen as well. Look at this here. Look, it's a pen. Well, God, the exposure's terrible, isn't it, tonight? It's a pen, as you can see, but then on this side, it's a little light. Whoa, oh my God, that's bright. It really is bright. You can hardly look into it. It's incredible for just a little pen like that. Anyway, I will have a check in the chat. We've got Yasmin in, we've got Peter in, we've got Deb in, we've got Vintage Vandalin. I don't know whether I've seen you before, so hi there. Also, I suppose I'll pop up Peter's name there, and Deb, and Yasmin. I forgot to do that. We've got Buckle Y in. I think I've seen you in the chat before, so hi there. E-commerce solutions. Don't think I've seen you in the chat before, so hi there if you're new. And Peter said something about the future Mrs. Robinson, Deb being the future Mrs. Robinson. And then Deb said, where was it here? Peter, I was thinking Ad's mum. I saw that before actually while I was waiting. The merch jumper looks great. Oh yeah, I forgot. I've not. 1 second, just take off. Oh, deep fried deals is in. Yeah, it's pretty decent. It probably doesn't come out brilliant on camera. It's not, obviously my webcam's not brilliant. It's a C920. It's a Logitech C920, but for some reason sometimes it can just be a bit hazy. I really want to get a a better one, like a really good. I've looked at them and really, if you want a USB webcam, the Logitech C920, the one I've got, is like the best one. Otherwise, you just have to go for a camera. So what like the bigger YouTubers do is they'll have a camera set up and then they'll have it wired to their computer. But that's generally for pre-recordeds. I don't know how we do it live. I think you can stream live with certain cameras anyway, so you could possibly do it that way. But I don't really, despite me liking YouTube and stuff, I don't really we never really looked too much into cameras. It's something I've never really done. Anyway, people are flooding in now. We've got 21 in. I'll just check who's in. We've got uniquely me ads blinded me. Why? Is it a bit overexposed or something? Is that what it is? I'm not sure. We've got Jill in. Hi there. We've got Tat Dr. Yo, ads keeping it real. I don't quite know what keeping it real means. What does it mean when people say that, really? Because people just say keeping it real. Does it just mean literally? You could even argue that it just means literally being, because everyone seems to just use it as just a common form of speech of just literally like, yeah, you're just hanging, you're just chilling. It's weird, but I wonder what it actually first meant. I bet there was a valid meaning for it first off, but now it's just more generalized, isn't it? It's almost a greeting now. That's what it's become. Who else have we got in? We've got Maria in. I have seen Marie. Oh no, Marie. Sorry, I have seen Marie before. I was thinking I haven't seen her, but I have. Yeah, I have definitely. We've got George in. Hi there. We've got. Oh wait, when's your Oh no, it's not yet. Is it your skydive? I was wondering when it was actually. Oh right, my bone structure blinded trace. Okay, I get it. I wasn't sure whether it was that or whether it was actually the exposure. Let me see who else. No one else is in, I don't think. Did I hear Dad's enter your room? No, he's downstairs. He's not going to come on this. Yeah, so I don't think there's any questions. I'm just literally looking up, seeing if there is people. I'm waiting. Obviously, we've still got a few more people to pop in, so we'll probably get questions in a sec anyway. Hopefully this Saturday. Oh, is it this Saturday? I thought it was like the 20th or something for some reason. I don't know why. Strong Winds cancelled it last time. Oh, so it was meant to be. So it was meant to have already happened. I wasn't sure when it was. We've got Gary Musto in. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before, so hi there. Oh, so I'm getting used to this clicking the comments thing. We've got Thrift BC CQ in. Is that meant to be? No. Is that meant to be HQ? Thrift Beach? Maybe not, but I thought it would have been HQ. Who else is in? Georgino is in. Hi there. And that's about it. Brian's in. Hi there, Brian. Yeah, that's about it. There's a few other people in. Got Craig in. I don't think I've seen your name before, so hi there. It seems about it. I apologize if I haven't shouted anyone else out, but Picker Flipper's in. Hi there. I just like to shout out as many people as I can. So anyway, today, questions in the chat, if you will. I'm going to put the StreamYard link in the chat. So if anyone wants to join me, as per usual, please feel free to pop in. So the StreamYard link is now in the chat. You can see it there on screen. So if you, oh wait, one sec, I'm doing this blooming comments thing again. Just want it done and out of the way. Yeah, I thought you might be thinking that. I mean, it's one of them things in it that you can get yourself really riled up about, you know, but it's just, you know, you got to do what you do now. And when it comes along, get it done, get it sorted, and you'll be all right. And enjoy it as well. That's the thing, because, you know, it's one thing saying it, getting it out of the way, but it's a brilliant experience. So enjoy it. And I know it's hard to say that because it is something that is very, very, for a lot of people, very, very anxiety prone, myself included. So, yeah, you know, but at the end of the day, you've got to still keep that mindset of, you know, I want to enjoy it as well. So, yeah, just think like that, George, and you'll be fine. So yeah, I've popped the StreamYard link in anyway. So if anyone wants to pop in, they can do. I will pop it back in throughout the chat as well. So, you know, so if anyone wants to pop in at, you know, another point during the chat, they can do. Andrew is in as well, Monumental UK. Hi there. Uniquely me. Also, right, actually, yeah, I need questions because, and I know this is absolutely stupid, saying I need questions for another thing on a question and answer show, because that was what if you don't know, if you've not been following my channel for a very, very long time, originally in November of 2015, when I did my first episode of Thursday Talks, 12th of November 2015, I originally, coming up on 4 years now, I originally kind of devised this as a question show, and it wasn't live. It wasn't live at that time. So Thursday Talks is kind of like a question and answer show. So this is why it's weird me saying this. But I want to do a segment on the ad show with questions and answers, right? Like a pre-recorded segment on the show called questions, you know, with questions and answers. So what I'd like is if people put some reselling related questions, we can answer some other questions on this show as well. But if you could put some specific reseller related questions in the chat for that segment, I would be much obliged, because I know not as many people comment down below on the videos, on the pre-recorded videos. And if I put a little segment in there to say, can I have some questions? Not everyone's going to comment down below, because this is more interactive, the live show, and people are more interactive on it. So if you've got any questions for the ad show question segment, which will be coming around in the fifth show, because I've got the third show and the fourth show, well, not done, but recorded and stuff. So it'll be the fifth show. So if you have, just whack them in the chat and then put next to your question something like ad show question or something like that, and then do your question. And then I can write them down on here, and I've got a few questions to answer for that segment, and then get on record that segment probably like next week or something. I've got another segment to record this week. But I'm very much enjoying doing the ad show. Very, very much enjoying it. It's absolutely brilliant. And I'm so glad as well, actually, I wanted to mention before we get on with this as well. I'm so happy that I got good views on it. I'm so happy that overall I got a positive response from people. Yeah, it means the world that it's actually, my vision has come true in what I wanted set out to do in terms of the editing, but also that you guys have been on board with it, and that you know, it's got the views, it's got the likes and stuff that was, well, I'd say more than I was expecting, probably about on par with what I was expecting, possibly a little bit more, to be honest. So yeah, I'm really thankful and grateful for that as well. So I just wanted to mention that before we continue as well. So where are we in the chat? DBG hasn't joined in the live stream yet. What's the delay? I don't know. I've never had DBG on my live stream. I know Monumental Andrew has. I don't know why I said Monumental then. I don't know why I just didn't say Andrew, but it just sprung to mind first. Uniquely me. Oh, it's so hard. You know what I always get with Tracy's name there? I always want to say uniquely me. I want to say the U bit twice. Uniquely me anyway. Any dreams lately? Oh, I had a brilliant one the other night. I won't go into too much detail because I know it's not really the place. Although saying that, I say that every week, and then every week I end up just randomly going off topic anyway. So what's the point of me even trying to say that and stay on topic. But I had a brilliant one the other night. It was in a shark tank, and it was, I think the shark in the tank was Jaws, like off the movie Jaws. And basically, I was the onlooker of this dream. And there was loads of people around. It's like a big party thing, and they had Jaws in this cage, right? Or, you know, load of water in there and everything. And we had this kind of challenge going where you have to walk across a ramp. Like there was, you know, there was the shark tank, and then there was a ramp above it with no protection. It was just literally this ramp and then water either side. And people challenge people to walk across it, right? So anyway, I was looking at KSI. Now, does anyone know the big YouTuber KSI? I was looking at him, and he was, I mean, in psychological terms, he was my hero archetype. So, because obviously I've interpreted dreams enough in terms of Jungian psychology to be pretty quick on the draw with my interpretations now of it in the framework of analytical psychology, Jungian psychology. I won't go into too much detail on that because that's not the fun bit, is it? That's not the fun bit. Anyway, so KSI is like walking along, and then suddenly he steps on this ramp, and it like goes down, and then he falls off into the shark tank. And then I didn't really see this much because I just saw like the top of the shark tank, but he was like, must have been fighting under the water with this Jaws. And then then it comes back to the other end of the shark tank where this ramp kind of comes to. And he basically like jumps up out of it, grabs the side of the tank, like the side of the tank, and pulls himself up, all bleeding and everything. So awesome. And then he's just about getting up, and then the shark like comes out the water and pulls him back down, and then he gets up again, and he just gets over this tank, all like bleeding, everything, all like, oh, you know, like proper tough guy, and then just about gets out of it. And obviously, with that being my hero archetype, for me, it's signifying that soon enough, I will come out of what's known as the hero's journey that I've been accomplishing within my psychology, and then actually come out of it. The shark represents, well, the water and the shark. Well, no, actually, the water represents my unconscious mind. The shark represents all the bad things in my unconscious mind, all those terrible, terrible things, all the neurosis, the anxiety, all that sort of stuff, and other stuff as well. It's all been festering in that unconscious mind of mine for so long, being repressed. And then my hero archetype, you know, on this journey, on this hero's journey, gets out of that water, gets out of that unconscious, and gets away from those kind of monsters after battling them, after really going into them and winning, and then obviously comes up out the end of it. Now, it's not completely archetypal of the hero's journey, that dream, because in that dream I didn't go into the belly of the beast. That's what generally happens. You go into the belly of the beast, and then you cut through the beast, whether it's a dragon, a shark, or whatever. But I've had other dreams in the past, more recently, where I've actually been eaten by big sea creatures. Like, I'm talking huge sea creatures. I've been, like all eaten by these things, and then I kind of get my way out of them. But some of the dreams I first had, I couldn't get out of them. And that was signifying to me that there was something in my life, something in my conscious awareness or even something left in my unconscious, actually, that I need to explore further. But I can only really do that. I can only really explore the unconscious fully when I'm fully conscious and can actually dissect what's going on in it from the dreams or from whatever it may be, or active imagination or whatever. So, you know, I had to work for a few things consciously. And then obviously I could be able to have different dreams, new dreams, that would show me my progression through this journey up until the end of it. Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic looking at your dreams. If you don't do dream interpretation, get on it. Just say to yourself, what's bad inside me? What's in this unconscious mind? Because everyone has stuff in there. Everyone has some bad stuff. I know it's hard. I know not everyone likes to do it, but just say, look, I want to be aware of what's in my unconscious. I want to be aware of the flaws that I possess, that I'm not fully consciously aware of, that I've been repressing for most of my life. And then you'll start to have these dreams. Like, just trust your psyche, just trust the unconscious, and you will have these dreams, and it will help you through in your conscious life. It will actually actively help you through in your life. You'll get progression. You'll see different themes occurring in your dreams, which then will help you understand what you need to do in your daily active conscious life to be able to progress and become a better person, a more well-rounded person, and get to wherever you need to be, whether it's a hero's journey or whether it's over some sort of neurosis or whatever. If you just trust it and then actively implement some of the things that you're interpreting from those dreams or those active imagination sessions that you're doing, then you can really excel. It's mind-boggling, the unconscious. Absolutely it's quite funny, that it's a bit of irony in that, isn't it? It's mind-boggling, the unconscious. Then I thought it was funny. It was a good psychology joke, I suppose. Well, maybe not, maybe a mediocre one. We'll say it's a mediocre one. It wasn't that good, was it? Anyway, we'll see what the comments are coming in at. Oh my god, this will be funny. ADZ is one of the originals when it comes to reselling channels. Yeah, you could say that, maybe. I don't know. ADZ, you're ahead with vids. Wow. Yeah, I know it. Oh god, it's been hard. It's been hard to get ahead, but I've managed to get ahead a bit. Yeah, we got Bexifying, or as I sometimes call it, Brexify. Have I called it that before? I think it was that. I can't remember. Anyway, it was something like that, wasn't it? Was it Brexify? I think it was Brexify. Anyway, let's go down. Ooh, question taxes. Do you get right? Wait. Do you want me to answer this now, or do you want me to answer this in this ad show segment? This is what we're going to get trouble with. I guess you want me to answer it now, but I'm not sure. Do you count cost of stock per sale, e.g., pay? Do you count cost of stock per sale, taxable 9, or sales in October? Oh, well, I'll answer that one now because that's easy. No, I just literally do bulk costs. I don't do the whole spreadsheets with, literally you have a spreadsheet, you put in £1 and then, it works. You've got it in Excel. So you got all your formulas on there. And then, it says your eBay fees, your PayPal fees, and it takes it all off and gives you a profit. I don't do that anymore. I can't be bothered. I literally just do bulk costs. So I do how much I spent, how much I earned kind of thing in sales, any other extra things, other business income and all the rest of it. My YouTube comes into that and all, manner of other little bits and bobs. So then that all just gets put on as kind of a bulk cost, really. Although saying that, I do actually account for my YouTube differently. Well, not differently. It's all in the same profit and loss, obviously, but I don't account for my YouTube monthly. I just do it as one thing at the end of the year and then include it in my yearly profit and loss instead of doing it monthly. I don't know why I choose to do it that way with YouTube. I really don't know. I suppose I just can't be bothered doing it monthly. I'd rather just do it at the end of the year with YouTube. But then obviously that goes into my master profit and loss account for the 12 months. I do a profit and loss. I know people will be tired of me saying this because a lot of these people on here are my regulars and I've said this so many times, but I do a monthly profit and loss with my bulk costs and all that, and all my equipment costs and all that sort of stuff. And then I have my 12-month profit and loss account. So I've got 12 for all the different months of the year, and then I basically combine them into one what I call a master profit and loss account for the 12 months of the year. Really, it's not a master profit and loss account because in business it'd just be a profit and loss account because they don't normally do it monthly like that. But because I do it monthly, I choose to differentiate in the terms I'm using just because it's easier. So yeah, I do a master profit and loss account, and that covers my whole year. And then that's the one that obviously I use with my tax return, and obviously I use to put the figures in because that's the whole year of figures. And as I say, the monthly ones, to give you a bit more context here about what I was just talking about, because obviously you'll understand this a bit better now. I don't put my YouTube earnings in those monthly ones, those monthly profit and loss. I actually put them in just the yearly. So I add it up at the end of the year. Because as I say, I just can't be bothered going through my YouTube earnings every month to put them in there. And also it's the same with my merch earnings, although which are pretty much non-existent, but any other earnings, Amazon associates, eBay affiliates, all that sort of stuff. What else? Top cashback, those kind of little add-on things that don't make me huge amounts of money but add up, I just save them till the end of the year and deal with them at the end of the year and put them in my master profit and loss, so then I don't have to go through and print off all the reports monthly and do all. You get it, you know, it's just too much faffing, and it's nothing, there's no harm in doing that for tax or anything. You don't need to do it monthly. I just like doing it monthly anyway with my main business, with my eBay and my Amazon, just because I like keeping on top of it really. But I'm pretty good with my accounts. It's a thing that I will say that I've been good at with my business from, I wouldn't say day one, I'd say about 6 months in, I started to get where I wanted to be with my accounting, or maybe 12 months in. But it's one thing that I'm pretty proud of with my business that I can say I'm on top of. I'm pretty decent with it. So that's pretty good anyway. Yeah, everyone asked 5 questions. Be sure to categorize them for which show video you want him to answer on. Number them, alphabetical order. Go. There we go. Oh, ad show question. Brilliant. Right, I'll write that down. Item tracked or not tracked. That's a good one. Item tracked. You guys are just giving me content here. I should rename it. You know, actually, Josh off the Sidemen did a stream recently. Called it Video Ideas. Help us get video ideas or something. Everyone was just in the chat giving him video ideas. It was funny. So yeah, if you have any questions, right, reseller question. Is that, oh no, I don't know which this is for. Is this for this show? What items would you pick? Right, I think what I'm going to do is do that for the ad show. Yeah, right, okay, I think I'll do that for the ad show, because I think that might be what you mean. So, right, I'll write that one down. Oh, actually, the other thing is, I won't go into too much detail on this because I know I've talked about it to death anyway already, and it's not even, you know, here yet. Would you? But what I was going to say is I need to start contacting people about the 12-hour stream. I haven't contacted really anyone about that yet. So, yeah, that's something I need to do. Get some time schedules in place for when people are going to come on for it. And I mean, actually, that's a good point. Is there anything that you guys would like to see in the 12-hour stream? I apologize, I'm being a little bit, is it lackadaisical, the word I want to use? Lax, let me lax. Lackadaisical. Lackadaisical. I don't even know how you spell it. Lackadaisical? Lacking enthusiasm or determination, carelessly lazy. Thank you. That is the word I wanted to use. Lackadaisical. I'm sorry I'm being so lackadaisical, but I'm just writing down this comment. I'll be a second. Nick would say Ashes DVD. That's another word for my repertoire, isn't it? Lackadaisical. How good's that? Blooming hell. Anyway, everyone use that now. It means carelessly lazy. You can use that one. You can have that one on me. Bex, how's the cottage coming? Oh, who's got a cottage? You know, someone's got a cottage there. You should watch back and react to your first ever Thursday. Oh, that'd be a good idea. Oh, on the 12-hour stream, or on the 12-hour stream, I suppose that would be the best thing. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Let me write that down. 12-hour stream. I'll forget, you see. I've got a terrible memory. I'll forget. 12-hour stream. Watch. It's only about a 10-15 minute episode, I think. Maybe 20 minutes, so it shouldn't be too bad. Back. First ep. And the guests who are on, I'll have to endure that for 20 minutes. Probably end up wanting to go away because we don't want to watch me 4 years ago. Not really knowing what he's doing. Oh God, it was so bad. I was so reserved. I was really like, oh yes, and I was so slow as well. I was so like really like I don't even know how to explain it, but it was just very almost robotic. Not quite robotic, but just a little bit robotic, a little bit closed down. I was just like, and yes, we've got this question from da-di-da-di-da. And that was what I was like. I was a bit scared in myself back then. I didn't know how to come across. I didn't know whether people would accept me completely on the internet, I suppose. Because I knew, you know, obviously I've known for a long time how eccentric and odd I am. So, you know, I didn't know whether people would quite accept that. So I was kind of quite calm and quiet and collected. I mean, I can be calm and quiet and collected now, you know, I mean, everyone has a little bit of everything, don't we, in them, really. Sometimes you can be energetic, sometimes you can be calm, sometimes you can be, I don't know, boisterous, but I suppose that's just the same as energetic, isn't it? Sometimes you can be sad, I suppose. You know, we all harbour different modes of being, essentially. I'm tempted to come on to bring it back to reselling. Oh yeah, sorry, I've not put the StreamYard link in. If anyone wants to pop on, please feel free. The StreamYard link is now in the chat again. I apologise, I've not put it in for about 20 minutes. How long have we been live? 25 minutes. My God, that's crazy. Ads and all. Did you notice Tatum the time Chris got his back doing bids? Oh, whoa, no, I didn't notice. Sorry, I went. Am I back on? What happened to then? Someone. I went, man. Something happened then. I clicked the wrong button on my mouse. Andrew's in. Did you just see me go?
No.
No. Yeah, people are saying I've gone in the chat. It's okay. I'm back now, though. Yeah, I'm back. We're okay. We're cool. I just clicked the wrong button.
I thought I would introduce you to Barty. Come here.
Hang on a sec. Your mic's a bit muffled.
Is it? Hang on. How's that?
It's a bit muffled still, but it's better.
All right. You want to meet the dog?
Yeah.
Come here. Come here. Say hello. Good boy. Can you see him?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit down. Angle it a little bit. That's it. Is he a puppy still?
He's. When was he born? He's 18 months now. He's a year and a half.
Is it the same for cats and dogs with puppies?
I think he stopped being a puppy a few months ago.
Yeah. Oh no, he's not in. It's all right.
I think. Went then again.
I did, or you did?
Excuse me.
You did.
Can I get your driving license out of your wallet?
Yeah, one second.
I'm just trying to sort some insurance out. Do you need me to come on?
No, you're right.
I can give an appearance if you want.
Well, if you want to give an appearance, go. Just don't flash me blooming license, will you?
Hi, sorry about that, guys. I had to interrupt. I had to get something from Adam for some.
You're not in.
Oh, sorry, guys. Had to interrupt to get something from Adam for some car insurance stuff. Okay.
There you go. There you go. Right, we choose to do the blooming car insurance on the night I'm doing Thursday talks, don't we? I tell you.
I'm not even sure if I've got car insurance because they asked me for my policy, my no claims, so I sent it to them, and I haven't heard anything since.
Oh, that's weird. Peter. Why was Peter? I forgot. I'm lost where I'm at in the chat now. You know, when I I don't know whether you know actually, but I went a second ago, and I've lost where I am in the chat. I don't know where I am. Here we go. Which YouTube reseller did you watch first, and what influenced you to create your own content? We can both answer that, actually, can't we, Andrew?
Yeah.
So if you want to go first, since you're the guest.
Well, Nick Hills was the first YouTube reseller I watched, which I'm sure was a massive surprise to everyone. Hi, Andrea, by the way. Nick and Andrea, I should say. Sorry, not just Nick. And what inspired me to do it, I was kind of already doing YouTube anyway, but about mental health. So when I started doing reselling, it seemed like the natural fit to do both of them together on the same channel. So yeah, that's what I did.
I'm just typing in Chris's YouTube. Actually, Peter, is Chris Gotts, has he still got the YouTube name Gotts to Juice, or is it Chris? Is it just Chris? Oh, it's Tamatine, isn't it? That's it. Why did I forget that? I should have known that. Tamatine. I think I'm still sub. Yeah, I am sub to him. Yeah. Oh, nice. About doing videos. That's cool. Right. Anyway, got that up now.
I'm going to go anyway because my sound is shockingly bad on this.
Yeah, it's a little bit muffled. It's not terrible, but it's a little bit muffled.
I'll leave you get on with it, and I'll watch in the chat.
All right, then. Yeah, anyway. Thanks for popping on, anyway.
I dropped the phone, so the microphone's a bit broken.
Ah, is that what I thought? Usually your mic quality is like really good on any device you use.
Yeah, I broke it, but never mind. See you in a bit.
Right, see you soon. Right, so I suppose I'll answer that question from Tracy. I watched Nick first in June time, 2015. And then I got the bug for Reselling like so quick, and I just binge watched loads of his videos for days, literally days. Just when I do think, it's gone a bit funny then, didn't it? When I do things, I don't do them in halves. I normally go pretty crazy on them. My friends will tell you that when I started vaping for a while, and I went really, really hard on that. And just anything I do really in life, I just have to go to the nth degree on it. It's weird. I don't know why it is. It might be some sort of tendency. I don't know what one of the kind of mental disorders or anything, what one of those would incorporate taking things to the nth degree. OCD possibly, but I don't think it's OCD that I've particularly got, because I don't have a compulsion to be really, really tidy or anything like that. Maybe it just doesn't manifest itself in that way, but it's interesting. Anyway, I'm going off on a psychological rant. I've got my thingy. So anyway, I was watching Nick, and I was binge watching him, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to create a channel, because I've been doing YouTube since 2013. I've had about 4 or 5 different channels before, like 3 or 4 different channels before Reselling. But then obviously even in the last 4 years while I've been doing Reselling, I've set up another few channels and then done them for a little bit, and then kind of just come back to this channel anyway. So I've always done YouTube. I've always been interested in YouTube for since I was about 16, 17, something like that. So it was a natural progression that I was like, yeah, I want to do a channel. I want to do a channel, because I saw an opportunity to actually build a channel this time. The other channels that I did in the past, I didn't build them around a community or anything like that. I just built them on my own. I got a handful of views, didn't really know what I was doing particularly. But then I saw this opportunity. I thought, here's a community that I can build a channel around. It's not that I'm just kind of building a channel and just seeing who turns up, and hoping that one person watches my video. I've actually got a community here that can be built around my channel, and I can actually build a channel. I can do what I want. I can build, hopefully, a channel that will be fairly successful. And, in my eyes, I know many people will say, you've only got 3,000 subs or whatever. That's not really successful. But to me, it's more than I ever thought I'd have. And so it kind of is successful for me. And not only that, but the editing and the work that I put in with YouTube, to me, again, creates it a success. So, that was kind of what happened for me. And it's just kind of grown from there, really. So anyway, I shall go down the chat and see where the questions are at, see if we've got any more questions. I'm well up on the chat, actually, so far up, so I apologise. Andrea Hills is in. Hi there, Andrea. I'm just going to go down a little bit more. Oh, that was the comment I'd lost before. Peter Ray, have your mum and dad in the 12-hour stream? Well, my mum will most probably come in. She's actually got the day off on the 21st, because I mentioned to her that I'm doing this live stream. I didn't say, could you have the day off or anything, but she basically said to me, would you like me to have a day off? And then I thought, well, actually, that would be quite interesting if you could get it off. So she's got that off, and she'll obviously be popping in at some point, no doubt, at some point. I don't think she'll stay long or anything, but she'll probably pop in and stuff. So yeah, she's got the day off then, so she'll pop in. My dad maybe when he's back from work, but obviously it's going to start at 8 in the morning, then it's going to go on till 8 p.m. He sometimes does badminton on a Thursday, so I mean he hasn't tonight, but sometimes if he does it 6 till 7. So he might pop in at the kind of last few minutes of the last hour or something, but I don't know. But I'll certainly get my mum on it anyway at some point, even if it is that she just wants to come on for a minute or two. Anyway, so I'll quickly go down. We've got loads of people saying hi, so hi there to everyone who's popped in. I'm not going to do more shout outs because I did so many at the start of the video. Alan Starbucks in anyway, I've just seen his name, regular to the channel. Why is he just vanished? Yeah, I clicked on, but thing is, I've got a new mouse, right? And for whatever reason, this mouse, oh God, it's bane of my life, actually. I should have bought a different one. I've only had it 2 days, but it's got a button to the side of it, right? And for whatever reason, when I click that button, it refreshes the page. Whatever page I'm on, it refreshes it. Very, very annoying, because this button is just where I like to rest my thumb. So I'm resting my thumb either on the button or just beside it, just under it. And then I end up, jolting or whatever. I click my mouse press my thumb in or something by mistake, and it clicks the button. And then my YouTube video that I'm watching at the moment or whatever is refreshed, and then ends up either going back to the start or something. Sometimes if I'm working on something, luckily it doesn't really do it in my editing suite. I don't think it's done it in my editing suite yet, so I'm happy about that. But obviously that's what must have happened. Then I clicked that button and it's refreshed it, and it's gone out of it or something, which is very, very annoying. So I've got to be careful of that. This is only a £10 mouse, so I might just buy a different mouse because I just don't like that layout. But just like I am, I make impulse purchases and I don't look too much at what I'm buying. I just thought it'd be a nice mouse, but yeah, it has to have these complicated buttons on the side of it and stuff. And I went into my mouse settings, obviously, and tried to sort it out, but there's no option for that button. So I don't know. I just have to deal with it, or I have to get a new mouse. When there's a live stream, there's an Andrew. Yeah, I know. That's funny. Everyone's saying dads. Yeah, that's coming into a real. That's a real thing now, isn't it? What's the word I'm looking for? A real I don't know what the words I am looking for, but it's definitely a real nickname anyway. Dads, the whole dads. Everyone's saying dads in the chat anyway. I'll pop some up for beats. Dads. It's crazy. One person mentioned dads, called him dads, and then everyone calls him that now. It's crazy. Yasmin says, what's up, dads? See, I must be really far back in the chat because that was about 10 minutes ago he came in. Andrew, sounds best this way. Don't worry about it. Oh my God, that's funny. Your mic's really muffled, Andrew. Yeah, his mic was quite muffled. Sorry, folks, busted phone. Andrew, have you got your phone case on? Yeah, I thought it might be something like that. I didn't quite know what it was, but it was a bit muffled. I wondered about it. Kay Horsley. Oh, I don't think I've seen you in my chat before, but I know I've seen you in a lot of other chats. Hey, I love the show. Shout out, please. Well, there you go. There's your shout out. Maybe I have seen you in my chat before, but I can't remember. I know you've been in many, many other people's chats, so interesting. Tracy inspires me on a daily basis. Well, I feel like that's related to another comment, but I can't see another comment surrounding it. My first reseller I watched was Nick back in the summer of 2016. Then that grew to many more like Z, James Collects, Ads. I think most people will have started with Nick, to be honest. I mean, unless you were reselling before... unless you're reselling before Nick came about, I suppose, maybe like 2012, 2013, because Nick was about in 2014 and Tom was about before that. Joe, I think, was about before that as well, actually. So, I mean, if you're maybe about 2012, something like that. Question. Here we go. Richard Hale says, how do you deal with things when the broadband goes down? Oh, my God. Well, it's not so much the broadband going down, actually. I say, oh, my God, but it's not so much the broadband going down, but it is actually with things happening, like my computer messing up on me or my printer messing up on me or something like that. But saying that, if we go back a few months, I had an issue with I think I might have touched upon this very briefly in another episode of Thursday Talks, but I had a Wi-Fi, not a Wi-Fi extender, a Wi-Fi booster. Well, it's kind of an extender, a booster. You can call them whatever you like, really. But it was a Wi-Fi booster, and I had that plugged in, and it kept cutting out on me. And whenever it cut out on me, I couldn't connect to the broadband downstairs without that Wi-Fi extender, because it would be terribly slow. It wouldn't even load. It would not even load, which is crazy because our broadband's pretty decent, and I'm only upstairs. It's not, it's not like I'm outside or anything, down the street or anything. But I couldn't connect, so I kept dealing with it. I kept having this Netgear Wi-Fi booster, and I plugged it in via an Ethernet cable. So I had an Ethernet cable from my tower here down to my Wi-Fi booster, and then had the Wi-Fi booster wirelessly hooked up to the broadband router. Now, I know that that's not the best way to do it. The best way is just a direct Ethernet cable from your computer there to the broadband, but I can't do that. That's not a luxury that I have, because my dad or my mum wouldn't like a wire going downstairs like that. My friend's actually got one, which I'm really envious, because I think, oh, that'd be so good. But the way our stairs are as well, our stairs are a spiral. Well, not a spiral, but it's kind of like a half spiral. So, that would get in the way of actually hooking up a wire down there. I mean, you can always kind of tape it to the inside of the skirting board, but I don't think my mum and dad would be happy with that. So, so I've just had to do it that way. And this Wi-Fi booster still kept cutting out on me, and I was so annoyed. But I got a different one. Is it a TP-Link, this one, or something like that? And I've got the same setup as I had with the Netgear, but this one's been perfect. I mean, touch wood, because now there's going to be a problem. I really shouldn't say it, because every time I say something on this show and I touch wood, I still have a problem. So, I really shouldn't say it, but touch wood with both my hands now. It's been okay for a while, for quite a long time now, and it's not giving me any jip, so I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, I don't like it when my broadband goes down. I don't like it when my printer goes down as well. I really should have a backup printer at this point, but I don't. I don't even think I have backup toner, actually. I really should have a backup toner. I create these problems for myself, don't I? I don't have any backups really for things, so I do create the problems for myself. So I can't moan much, can I really? But is it mums or mums? Well, it doesn't really work with mums. It doesn't sound the same. Like ads, and then dads sounds pretty good, but mums is just Hey, you could call it Ans, as in Andrea. AND and then Z. Ans, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. It still doesn't sound perfect though, does it? Can your mum pass on some of her buying expertise? Well, she's not got that much buying expertise, because I've had many messages actually from that video saying that. I've probably had about 10 messages now, comments and messages on eBay and messages everywhere really, messages on Instagram, all telling me how, no, that's definitely not an £800 item. So, I wouldn't say she's got incredible buying expertise. In fact, it's looking... I think I did revise the price on it, actually. Yeah, I think I did. And it's looking like it's going to be more around what I said on the video anyway, of that $29.99, possibly like, $49.99. But yeah, I still don't know though, really 100%, because some people are saying it's Victorian wear. Victoria wear or something, and it does have some age to it. And then there's about 3 or 4 people who've said that's a fake Chinese copy or something from the 1990s. So I still don't know where I stand with it. I don't know whether it's Victoria wear and it's got a bit of age to it and it's maybe worth about 50 quid, or whether it's this fake Chinese copy that's maybe worth about 20 quid. Possibly not even that, but yeah. I really don't know, but I should have trusted my first instinct actually on that video of saying $29.99, because it turns out that it's nowhere near, like, it's not going to get me 800 quid, 700 quid at all, which is a shame, but but I'll be honest with you with that, I mean, just how it is. I thought it might have been when I got that listing and looked at it and thought, oh yeah, they look similar, but it's not the way it goes. Or at least not this time anyway. Dad's is the brilliance of Bumcrack's mind. It is. It really is. Yeah, it's brilliance. Right, I've got to go sort out some pointless drama. Oh, drama. Eh? Oh, Gary Nicholson. Is that the same Gary Nicholson who was in the Facebook groups for ages? I don't know how to describe you really, because I I don't know, but you were very, very active in the Facebook groups. A few. Well, it must have been a year ago or two now. But I remember Gary Nicholson. So I don't know. Are you the same Gary Nicholson as I am thinking? Because I think there are two Gary Nicholsons I know. So, or I did know from the groups. Don't go on the groups anymore, so I'm not getting involved with that blooming drama. I've seen it all on them bloody Facebook groups, all the blooming drama in the world from reselling. So I just don't get involved now. I mean, I'm on the groups, but I don't go on Facebook, so I don't really look at them. How's everyone's sales been? Mine been okay, bit crap, but slowly picking up. Yeah, mine haven't been brilliant. I mean, up and down again. It's still up and down. But I've got all that. Good thing to mention. I did a whole video on my Q4 stock for episode 4 of the ad show, I think it is. That's going to come out. No, episode 3. So not long at all, actually, only a couple of weeks. Well, a week and a half, actually. Well, no, a week and 2 days, actually, and then you'll see that. I had to split it into 2, so it will be a to be continued kind of episode. But yeah, that'll be interesting. So I've got all that to process now, running up to sort of November, December. So yeah, so things should pick up for me, no doubt, because I've got all that to sort out. And then it's going to be reinvest the money that I make from them into more stock for next Q4. So yeah, that'll be interesting anyway. I don't think I shouted out Tommy anyway. So Tommy's in the chat. I don't know. I can't remember when he came in. But yeah, missed the notification. Yeah, YouTube's a bit funny with notifications, isn't it? Yeah, if you are if you watch me and stuff and you like what I'm putting out, hit the little bell notification. Now, of course, the ad show, if you don't know, it goes out. I'm trying to do this. I'm not promising anything, but I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to get every show out on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Now, with the way I'm editing them, I'm putting a bit more time into editing them. So it is going to be hard for me to get a show out every week with the level of quality I'm putting into the show and the fact that it's basically an hour-long show that I'm doing and constructing. But I'm trying, for the most part, to put in the time, put in the effort, and get a show out every week on a Saturday at 7 p.m. It might so come by the time we get to the 5th or 6th episode that I'm running out of a little bit of steam, and maybe I end up running late a few days with some of the shows. I'm going to try not to do that if I can, but it might be inevitable that I have to do that because I've got to work on my business as well at the end of the day. So, it might always be worth just clicking that notification bell because you never know. It might so be that one Saturday in the future, the show doesn't go live at 7 p.m. and therefore you need the bell to notify you when it comes out. So do click the bell down below. And if you haven't already, while I'm saying it, you may as well subscribe if you want to. And I say if you want to, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm not really forcing you. But I can't force you anyway, can I? I'm not there with a bloody gun to your head or anything. So there's no point in me even trying to say, oh, yes, you must subscribe because I'm not there, am I, for God's sake? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Say, oh, yeah, you've got to subscribe. There's nothing I can do, for God's sake. So, yeah, if you want to subscribe, you can do. Anyway, I'll quickly go down. Stop touching your wood. Oh, for God's sake. You had to, didn't you, VCP? Oh, my God. Mums reminds me of Crystal Maze. Mums, Crystal Maze. I know the show, but I don't know that segment in it. Mums or something. I don't know. Mads, dads, and ads. Oh, well, that's not very fair, is it? I can't call my mum Mads. Oh, my God. Thanks, ads. I watched Steve Steph and Nick and Andrea. Oh, nice. I've not watched Steve and Steph in a while. We do all the dumpster diving and stuff, don't we? And what else do we do? I don't know, something like that anyway. Bads is grounded. Grounded. Oh, I'm thinking of doing a segment with Bads, actually, at some point in the future on the show. Who else is excited to hear from the man who brought ads into this world? Oh yeah, there is something that we've potentially got planned, me and Tommy and potentially Tracy as well. So be looking out for that. That'll be interesting. Provided that our schedules align, everything's cool and stuff. But we have scheduled something in, and hopefully we can all kind of meet up and it'll work pretty well. But you know what timings are like between the US and the UK, so I'm hoping that we're all free for it and we're all okay as we've scheduled, and that'll be really, really cool if we can get on. Nobody could be more excited than me to hear Dad's story. Yeah, he's got some stories and stuff, I'm sure. He did say actually that he's going to be pretty open. Obviously there'll be things he may hold back a little bit on, but he said that he will be quite open. He is quite an open person anyway, really. So yeah, that'll be interesting anyway. So be looking out for that. If you don't know how to look out for that, go over and sub to Tommy Bernard here. So go over and sub to Tommy, and then obviously hit the bell notification for Tommy as well. And then when that video goes live, because it will be a live stream, you can obviously catch what kind of Tracy and Tommy are going on about there. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Right then, what are we on? 49 minutes. Right, well, we have a little bit more time. We've got a little bit more time anyway. Question, Ads, you doing anything on the vids for Halloween? No, I haven't planned it, unfortunately. I am, what is it, the 10th today? I am doing a bonfire night with my friends this year. We haven't done it previous years because my best friend's been off at uni for the past 5 years. Well, actually, he's been in junior doctor for a year now, but previous to that, he was in medical school, at uni for 5 years. So we never really did bonfire night. I mean, I think maybe 1 year he came back and did it with us, but we've never really done it. So this year is like the first opportunity, a real opportunity where we actually got a little bit of time to spend. We can really, really plan a decent evening. And we're going to go around there. I'm going to go around with friends. We're going to have a Bernie bin. We're going to have plenty of fireworks. We're going to have plenty of snacks and stuff. So I may do a vlog with that. But the only issue I'm thinking is it's going to be pitch black outside in it. So I don't really know whether I can do a vlog for that, because if it is pitch black, there's no way my camera, I just use my phone actually, but even if I was using my Canon G7X, there'd be no way it'd pick it up. So I don't know, I might try and get a bit of footage, I suppose, from it and just include it in one of the other vlogs in the ad show. But I do want to kind of make the ad show. I know I've got on my channel art. I know I've got on my channel art, business, reselling, life. And I do want to add a bit of that life content in there. I don't just want the ad show to be like really kind of, tight collared, all like serious, monkey in a suit, computer kind of based, all reselling, I want it to be a bit interesting, a bit creative, a bit about my life as well. I don't just want it to be like, oh yeah, well, here we are, we're doing the reselling. It's great that we can be serious about the reselling stuff, but really, you want to be a bit silly and have a bit of a laugh and just show your humanity as well on some of these videos. You don't just want to be all serious, all the rest of it. I know some people like to be like that, but to be honest, I cannot understand the people who are serious all the time. My brain can't, I'm being very genuine here. I cannot comprehend people being serious. I do not get it. I'm like, why would you be serious? It's almost robotic to me. It doesn't compute. I mean, actually, that's quite ironic that I'm saying it doesn't compute because it's robotic. I'm saying about them being robotic, but it doesn't compute in my mind. Can you see the irony there? Anyway, God, I'm just such a comedian, aren't I? Anyway, so I just can't comprehend people being serious. I just cannot do it. I'm like, how do you be serious all the time? My brain cannot envisage it. I do not know how people are all like, all tight, kind of tied on up and all like, oh yes, I'm going to be very serious. And I can't comprehend it. Can anyone else comprehend it? How someone can be like that all the time? But yeah, I've not met people. I suppose I have met people who are pretty serious. But I know that people are out there who are like pretty much 100% serious. And even when they're doing social activities, they'll be serious. And it's the weirdest thing in the world. They'll be really conscious of their formality with social situations. And they'll be really, really like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's just crazy. But, if people live how they want to live, I get that. But it just seems weird for me. Like, I can't comprehend someone being serious all the time. I can't comprehend why you would want to. And I can't comprehend why it would be done, how that brain structure would work. But we all have different brain structures, really, in a way, don't we? I suppose there's different brain structures out there. So, like, my brain works in a way that's quirky, imaginative, creative, different, weird, connect random ideas, all that sort of stuff. Whereas someone else's brain, the way that their brain, I suppose, has been grown in the womb, and their structure of the neurons or whatever it is in there that happens, the way their brain has grown, just like a rose, let's say, right? You look outside at a bunch of roses, right? Or, loads of different roses that come up. Each of those roses is unique. There's something different. Maybe one of them's a little bit smaller. Maybe one of them's a little bit larger. Maybe one of them's a little bit more red. And then another one's a little bit more pink. Or so just maybe even subtly, just tiny little subtleties. So I think that that's kind of what humanity is. But our brains grow in the womb in a certain way. And then, that makes our personality. So we have some people, the way their brain's grown, like, for example, me, it grows, let's say, in a more, so I don't really like to think of myself too much of a creative, but let's just say that, for example, imaginative, creative, that sort of side, bit silly, bit weird, bit kooky, bit kind of thing. So my brain's grown in that way, in that unique way. Someone else's brain in the womb might grow in a different way, and it means that they're more serious, more rigid, more not as open to all these new ideas or this imagination or these future worlds that I can imagine quite easily, to be honest, and I can escape into fantasy very, very easily. So that's why I think it is. I mean, I don't know the scientific or neurological research around that, but I would imagine that is kind of how things work, that the brain grows much like a rose. It kind of blossoms in the womb as a sort of rose coming up. And then obviously, as you are born and as you grow up through childhood, it's still kind of evolving, it's still blossoming. And then you obviously get to adulthood where it's set in its way, and then you kind of, it is how it is, basically. You have the tendencies and traits that you have. And obviously you have external factors that play upon this. I'm not disregarding that at all. I'm not being someone who is saying that it's all internal. Of course, external factors are going to come into this majorly as well in how you interact with the world. But I think there is a lot of validity in the idea that it's a way that your brain is formed, and then that creates how you understand and how you perceive things within the external world, really. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it might be a theory that other people have had, I don't know, but it just interests me just to think of it. Ads and dads could be the new Anton Deck on a Saturday night. Oh, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? I have no life. Your schedule is my schedule, ads. Oh, I thought you had plenty of a life. You're always going down to, what is it, Lake? Oh, no, I forgot the name of it. Lake. It's a famous lake, isn't it? Lake Travis, that's it. And I knew the name of the lake before you even showed it on video, because I knew there was a Lake Travis somewhere in the US. I just didn't know it was Texas. But yeah, you're always going down that lake and you're doing whatever you're doing on the lake. I don't know. What is it? Some sort of boat, isn't it? And you're all doing all that and all the rest of it. And you're going near there and everywhere. So yeah, I'd say you have quite a good life, really. Quite an active life. And Tracy, we may do it on Tracy's channel. She has a bigger audience. Well, whatever you think works best, Tommy. It doesn't really matter. Well, if you're doing it on Tracy's channel, okay, I'll say this again. Everybody now go and sub to Tracy, uniquely me, and then hit the little bell notification just in case we do the live show on her channel instead of Tommy's. Right, there we go. I'm sure you'll be sub to Tracy anyway. A lot of my subscribers will be sub to those two now because I've talked about them and been on their streams quite a lot and stuff. So, oh, we've put it, BCP's put the channel links in the chat. So there's uniquely me's channel. And then there's Tommy's channel there. Yeah, that's right. Too many serious people ads. B, weird. Weird, is that? I guess. Yeah, weird and wacky. That's you. I suppose it is a little bit, although sometimes I can be, the thing is, I can be serious, if you want to talk serious. Actually, shall we challenge myself for the last few minutes of this stream to be serious, right? And of course, this is me putting on a little bit of an act because, you can't get into a seriousness completely genuine while you've already said that you're trying to be serious. It's a kind of a double bind. But, let me be serious, right, for the next. And I know people hate this because they're like, no, I don't want you to be serious. But let's just try. Okay, So then, have we got any more questions? No, I can't do it. God, wait. I'm going to do it. Right, wait. gonna do it. I'm gonna do this. I can do this. All right. Stop awaiting me. I'm talking to an Adidas bag down there. That's who I'm not talking to anyone. That's how insane I am. I'm talking to an Adidas bag. Right. Okay. Oh, is it Adidas? Oh no. Right. Okay. It's Adidas. Right. Oh no. Adidas. People in the chat. Is it Adidas or Adidas? See, we've already gone off on a tangent. I can't do it. Right. Okay. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay. We're gonna do this. Even if it takes me all night. Actually, it can't take me all night because George wants to go live, so I can't take all night. So, have we got any more questions in the chat? Oh my God, no. Okay, I'm not doing it. I'm not trying it. I'm not trying it. It's too hard. See what I mean? This is what I'm up against. How can anyone be serious? I can't do it for a second. I can do it if I'm not thinking about doing it, because then it's just natural, isn't it? But I can't do it while I'm trying to do it, because then it gets you into a bit of a double bind where you're like, well, I need to do it, but I can't do it because I'm thinking about doing it too much. You know, that's weird. Do you still doing the power posing? No, I never really did that. I just did it on that show, on the first talks. Was it episode 72 or something? It was something like that anyway, where I was doing the power. Oh, it's a great episode, that. Go and search my channel for, is it, oh, what is it? Let me go and check. I think it's Thursday Talks Power Poses. Search my channel. There's a little search bar, right? Power pose. I'm gonna search power pose, and yeah, right. So search on my channel if you want a laugh. Thursday Talk. No, well, not even Thursday Talks. Just search power pose. That's power and then POSE. Because I didn't know how to spell pose, so I don't know. Maybe other people don't. But yeah, so power pose in my channel, in that little search bar. If you haven't watched it, it's episode 95 of Thursday Talks. My God, the first like 10 minutes of that are hilarious. I'm pretty sure anyway. I can't remember too much because it was 100 episodes ago or something, but which is like over 2 years ago, about 2 years ago. But God, that was funny. I'm pretty sure that's funny. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But I never really did them. I just did them for that kind of show. I had watched on that morning a TED Talk with Amy Cuddy, I think it is, her name is, and she was researching about power poses and stuff. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this on Thursday Talks today. And I just stood up, started doing power poses and stuff. It was so funny. Anyway, Q, will you take less? Hi there. I've not seen your name in the chat. Well, maybe I have seen your name in the chat. I don't know. Had a My Hermes parcel turned away from Argos for not having the weight on the box. Anyone else had this? I've not had that before. I have had returns, I think, from like Argos Click and Collect or Sainsbury's Click and Collect or whatever it's called now, because I know Sainsbury's is Argos owned by Sainsbury's now or something? I'm not sure, but I have had them like returned to me because the customer hasn't collected, but I've never had it with the weight on the box before. Because really, if you're buying something through My Hermes, right, it puts the weight on the box. You know, it says like under 2 kilos or under 10 kilos or whatever it is. So surely it would automatically be on the box, or do you have to actually specify a specific weight that you have to actually handwrite on the box now? Like it's 2.8 kilograms or something, because that would be stupid if you had to do that, in my opinion. I don't know why you'd have to do that at all. I mean, unless it was for some sort of safety reason. But to be honest, you can carry, can't like health and safety wise, can't you carry up to like 20 kilos or something? Is that like the max you're meant to carry, or 15 kilos or something? Is it? I don't know, but it's around that, isn't it? So, you know, I couldn't see it being for safety reasons. So I just think that's barbaric if you have to put the weight on the box or something, especially, as I say, because it's on the box anyway, isn't it? So yeah, I haven't had that, unfortunately. Will you take less? Maybe someone else in the chat has, so we'll see. Right, I'll just quickly go down the chat and then I will get off. I know these chats actually have been about an hour and a half recently, but I'll just do just over an hour. Gotta go, catch you later, no worries. A few people are dropping off actually now anyway. Don't hurt yourself with this seriousness. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? You can strain yourself, get a hernia or something. Who is George? George Ross. George Ross was in the chat earlier on. Search YouTube for George Ross. He'll come up pretty immediately. He's got a good channel. I could get a boat, but be there in a few months. Oh, that's interesting. I'm guessing you're talking to Tracy there. I'm not sure. Exactly, ads. It's on the box, Argos. Yeah, exactly. What the hell? Why do you need what is going on? I just don't get it. Dinner's eaten, ads is still talking, life is good. I don't know why people listen to me. I'm amazed that every week I come on here and I still literally I get amazed that people I come on here every week, right? And I still have the same number of viewers. I think that why aren't we leaving? Why do we keep coming back? You know, what's going on? What it does, I question myself. Now that's just some sort of inferiority inside myself, really, and it doesn't need much explaining or much looking into, really, because I'm already consciously aware of it. But you know, it does, you know, it's just even on a general human's perspective, because I know that my personality is fairly out there and eccentric. I do kind of think, wow, you know, these people are actually coming back. It's odd, you know, but I'm very grateful, you know, that people do come back and that people share this time with me. It's absolutely amazing. But it does baffle me. I'm like, people want to spend a little bit of time with me on a Thursday evening. That's crazy, really. I overruled the comedian. Which comedian is that? Wolfcat. Maybe there's another comment. I'm not sure. Last time I dropped a phone, bomb. Oh, the little comedian me felt like saying a bomb. Oh, right. Yeah, I get. Oh, that's a good one, actually. That's a good comment. Kelly is in, flipping fantastic finds. Hi there. No worries. It doesn't matter if you're late. At least you're here now. It doesn't really matter, does it, who's late or who's not late? I would buy the Christmas DVD. I know, yeah, I should get a little ads DVDs printed. Who is it who's saying, oh, someone said to me about doing something. Oh, I don't know, maybe a CD or something like that. Who was it now? Someone recently was saying to me, you should get some sort of DVD or CD printed up or something. I don't know. I can't remember anyway. But someone was saying, there's George's channel, BCP. The Supermod has put it in. Thank you very much, BCP. BCP really doesn't get as much consideration as he deserves. Actually, I think I should send something to BCP for moderating for everyone. I'll have to message you. He is on Instagram, isn't he? I have to message him on Instagram and get his address, because I need to send him something. I'm sorry. I have to send him something. You see, the problem is with me, I'm an anal expulsive. And no, that does not mean I like anything sexual pertaining to the anal region. Anyway, it doesn't mean that. It's a Freudian psychosexual development thing, which means that because I was potty trained really, really pretty well, I basically like to give things away. Like in my adult life, I like to be kind. I like to give people things. It's why I've done giveaways and stuff in the past. I just like to do that. So it's a natural tendency within me. If someone's, you know, doing something that I particularly like, I find, you know, admirable, automatically I'm like, I need to give them something. I think it's a way of giving your S away. I'm not going to say the actual word, but SH, you know, you get it. But I think it's in the psychology of it, I think it's a way of giving your S away anyway. So as if you were a child or something. But yeah, actually, is it not the other way around? Is it not that you're an anal expulsive if you aren't well potty trained? Might be the other way around then. Well, that means that I'm not an anal expulsive, but I think I am. I'm definitely not an oral personality, because I didn't like putting things in my mouth at a very young age, so I'm not really, you know, necessarily an oral personality. Although you wouldn't really think that, would you? But yeah, I don't know. But I think I'm an anal expulsive. I'll have to do a bit more research into it, because I did only look into it briefly. But yeah, I think I am. So that's probably why I want to give people things away anyway. So if you ever want, you know, some, you can call upon that side of me. You can say, Adam, look what I've done. I've made this wonderful achievement. It's so wonderful. And then I'll be like, oh no, I need to give you something. So anyway, oh my God, I share so much on this channel. I should not share this stuff, should I? But anyway, I know when to stop. I think, maybe, probably not. Right, anyway, I'll go. Ads, your personality is my medicine against the winter blues. Absolutely, you are. Oh, thank you very much, Wolfcat.
Hello.
Oh, you're on. Hi there.
Hello. I'm not come to stay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Insurance.
Yes, I've done it.
Did you actually ring?
Yes, I did.
We were going to do it on Saturday, weren't we?
No, it's fine. It's sorted.
Yeah, but we're going to do it on Saturday. I said that I'll do it on Saturday with you.
I know.
Anyway, hey, you can stay for a second if you want.
Well, I'm just having a quiet cup of tea. I've just had like an hour conversation on
Not now. Oh yeah, we've been on an hour.
car. Yeah, on the car insurance. So I need a cup of tea.
Right, go on then. Ovi said, actually, 1 second. Are you coming on the 12-hour stream? People want to know.
Yes, I
Oh,
am.
there you go. Come in
Yeah.
then for a sec. Just say you are. I want to verify it. So you
Yeah.
are actually coming on the 12-hour stream for a bit.
Yes, I've got the day off.
There we go. Yeah, I told them you've got the day off.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. You've heard it first hand here. You are coming on the stream, so that's cool. Right, you can go and have your cup of tea now. I'll stop kind of reining you in.
Thank you.
Right then. Well, right, I am going to go in a second. I'm sorry that I'm kind of keeping people a little bit. I know I'm terrible for keeping people on. Ads need a new Christmas song. Well, you know what? If I've got a little bit of time, I will write one. I'll do it and I'll get a Christmas song out. I'll actually be better this year because I know more audio techniques and I know how to do different things with Premiere Pro. So I can actually get a more well-rounded video out. And possibly you might even be able to enjoy my singing on these songs as well, opposed to maybe the other ones. But yeah, and I'm thinking of doing a song. I've got this song in my mind. It's actually a bit different to the ones that I've done in the past. It's actually, I'm thinking of doing some sort of rap one. I know most people won't really like that, being my audience being mainly sort of 30 to 45-ish, and mainly those people might not particularly be too interested in rap. Or saying that, the rap scene really started like late 80s, didn't it? So maybe they do like rap. Maybe it's me actually stereotyping them to being listening to something else, some other genre. I don't know. So yeah, maybe you do like rap, but I'm thinking of doing a rap, right, on, get this is so good, an eBay rap on conspiracy theories, right? So eBay conspiracy theory rap, right? How good would that be? That would be so good. But I don't know. I'm going to have to contact Corey because I don't know how to do a rap. Like, I don't know how, I mean, I'll be able to write it, I think, probably. But I don't know how I'm going to like really rap with the bars. Is that what they call it? You know, when you're rapping with the bars and stuff? I don't know. So yeah, Uniquely Me says, Ad's gonna do a working hangout in about an hour if you want to pop in. I possibly will do. When's that? An hour? I possibly will do. It depends on whether my mum and dad, will be okay with me doing that, because they, sometimes they've thought, kind of thought, oh, can you kind of stop doing the lives or whatever. Not at this time, but if I'm doing one a bit later on, I've done like the Reseller lads, or I've done a couple of lives that have gone to like 10 off 10 in the last few months. And, obviously if they're in bed and stuff, they don't really want to be particularly disturbed. So they've said the next day kind of thing, could you kind of just not do the live so late or whatever. So I'm going to be respectful of them, and I might pop in for a little bit, but I might only be able to pop in for like 30 minutes or something, 20 minutes or so. It depends. Well, it depends if my mum and dad are in bed or whether they're downstairs still or whatever. Because if we're downstairs still, it's not too bad. But if we're in bed, then I don't really want to disturb them. Because if we're watching TV in bed, you think about it this way, right? If you're watching TV in bed and you've got someone in the other room, I've got quite a loud voice. You got someone in the other room, spouting off, you can't watch your TV, can you? It's like, what the worst thing you want, don't you? You want some bloody guy in your room, me, you know what I mean? God, this is why I'm a bit scared of having kids, really, because when we grow up to be about 15, all I'll get is me in the other room or whatever, and blooming hell. And it's the worst thing when we bring boys or girls around, innit? And then you're like, oh God, I wonder what they're doing in there, kind of thing. I hope there's just going to kind of not think about that, because I don't want to think about my daughter or son doing that. They're asexual to me. They don't do that. They don't do that. So yeah, that's a whole nother story as well. But yeah, it's funny. I have had some funny experiences with all that sort of stuff. I don't know what I'm saying. Why do I say this stuff? I really don't know. It makes me sound like I've had some very, very odd experiences, and that's not quite what I mean. Well, it is what I mean, but not in the context that you guys think I mean. I'm just looking down the chat, by the way. That's why my eyes are directed over this way. Spitting bars. That's it. Spitting bars. I'm going to be spitting bars. Is there another live show tonight? There's about 4 of the live shows tonight, I think. We've got George. We've got Tracy, possibly another couple of guys will be going live. I don't know. Maybe if not in this country, in the US. Mini ads, kids. Yeah, mini. Oh, right. I get what you're saying, Coach Ash. Yeah, mini ads. I know. Crazy. I'm not going to be thinking about that for a little while yet. I think about 30 would be good. I mean, I've often thought about this. I originally thought maybe 26 to 28, but now I'm 23. I'm thinking, oh my God, that's too soon. I mean, 3 years goes like that. I mean, I've been re-signed for 4 years and that has gone like that. It's gone really, really quick. So I don't think I'd do it 26, possibly 28, but it still seems a bit soon. So maybe 30. I mean, really, I've got to meet someone first. Then once you got to meet someone, you know, you want a couple of years just to yourself. So at least a couple of years, if not about 3 or 4 years to yourselves. Just obviously you need your first year of the relationship just as a kind of honeymoon period, feeling each other out, getting to know each other, getting to put up with each other's kind of crap that they do and all the bad habits and all that sort of stuff as well. Get out of that kind of goddess or God idea that you hold people in. Because that's what happens when you enter into a relationship, isn't it? Sometimes that you can kind of, because let's say you've been really attracted to someone and then you've end up becoming in a relationship with them, you can sometimes idolize them as a god or a goddess in some way, not in a complete regard, but there's some part of them that you idolize as a god or a goddess. And so you need that 12 months relationship to really get an understanding of them as a holistic human, rather than just like someone incredibly attractive that you never thought you would ever like kind of be in a relationship with, and that you're just so over the moon, everything. Those feelings are brilliant. They're loving, they're emotional, they're happy. But there's got to be a point, and the real love starts when you can start to absorb all of someone, both their negative and positive traits, all of them, and stop seeing them just as this god or this goddess that you idolize completely. You know, when you start to see them as a human and you start to kind of see a few of the flaws and stuff, you really start to absorb them in a new light, and really the love can really flourish then, because you're looking at them as another person, you know. So, you know, you got to get out of that stage first, and then you want another couple of years of just, you know, well, we're just going along, we're steady, we're happy, we're comfortable, we can go out here, there and everywhere, we can have date nights, we can go to the cinema, we can do this, we can do the other, we're not tied down by anything specific. Then you can think, right, we're getting a little bit older now, we're a little bit more mature, we've moved out now, you know, we've got the things necessary in place to be as ready as we're going to be to have kids. I mean, you're never truly ready, from what I've heard a lot of other people say, and from my own kind of understanding of it as well. I mean, obviously I've not had kids, but my own kind of interpretation and absorption of the knowledge that I've gained from other areas and stuff. You're never truly ready, but we're at the most amount ready that we can ever be. Let's do it. And then you do it. Then during the 9 months, you read up on all your pregnancy books, you get a good bit of knowledge of it, you filter out the crap that you don't think you need, and then you obviously put your own ideals into it. You discuss how you want to rear children between yourselves. There's a little bit of give and take, compromise, a few arguments here and there. You know, things might not, you know, you might get a bit of tension and stuff. And the naming process, oh my God, I bet kind of coming up with a name between the two of you would be terribly hard, especially if both of you want different names and you're really fixated on that. So that's why I'm going to be try and be quite conscientious and be a little bit more compromising to the other person, and just say, look, you know what, if you really have got your heart set on that name, I'd love to name the kids whatever I'd name them, but if you've really got your heart set on that name, go for it. Just name them, you know, because I don't, you know, I love you at the end of the day, and I love this child no matter what they're called. It doesn't matter what they're called, really. The child itself is still the bloody same organism. It's still the same thing right there, the same person. Whether it does, like, you know, me, I'm called Ads, but even if I didn't have this name Ads, I'd still be the same person. I'd still be the same, have the same tendencies. It's just that you've labeled me as Ads, basically. So, you know, I've labeled myself as Ads, so I don't really mind, you know, it's okay, you kind of have that. But then once you've done that, then you can start to get into that. And then you have the whole, you know, with the first child thing of being really, really cautious and really, really health conscious, like, oh my God, we better not let him out of our sight and better not let him bang anything or anything like that. And then when you get to your second child, you finally let up a little bit and think, well, no, we've got to let them, you know, we've got to let them, especially when they're, you know, a little bit older, we've got to let them go out and make the mistakes and do all this and do all the other. And even when they're a little bit younger, you kind of let up a little bit, let up a bit of that control, because you realize that maybe on your first child, you're a little bit controlling and you're a little bit too health conscious. But, you know, that's how it is. That's the nature of humans. You always get, I mean, it's your child, for God's sake. Of course, you're going to be health conscious. Of course, you're going to make sure that they're wrapped up in bubble wrap, because you don't know what you're doing really on your first child. Let's be honest here. I won't know what I'm doing. So, you know, you're going to be like that. It's natural. And that's how it is really. It's just kind of a bit of give and take, making sure that you don't overdo it really. But that's just my humble observations, of course. My humble observations that I've looked at for quite a while and looked at different people, and because I overanalyze everything. My mind is crazy. It sees an experience that someone's had and then absorbs it for all it's worth and traps it in a box of experiential kind of knowledge, and then cross-references it with all other things that I see in my life, and then combines it into this kind of block of knowledge that is like almost the best way to go about doing things in life. And then what I do is I store that away in my mind, and then when the actual experience comes along for myself personally, I call upon that box, open it up and go, yeah, we're having all this, and then, you know, feed off the knowledge that I've absorbed from other people, and then dispense it into whatever thing I'm doing. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant, and it's a way I love doing things. And yes, I know it sounds incredibly insane, but that's the nature of living in my mind. Unfortunately, it's a very, very weird environment. Anyway, yeah. So that's how you identify children of resellers. Wrapped in bubble wrap. Oh my God, that's brilliant. Anything wrapped in bubble wrap in this house tends to end up at a post office. Oh, that is class. Oh my God. That's so funny. Ad was just about to go, and now he's planning the rest of his life. Oh, I've done this 1,000 times before. I was planning all this when I was like 14. I've done this hundreds of times before. Right, anyway, I'm gonna go now because I really am gonna go. Don't mind the other voices from the other room, although I do live on my own. Oh, it's funny. Is there a safe word? Yeah, no, we should have a safe word. Safe word is cabbage. Let's say that, right? Okay. So safe word is cabbage, right? So in future, spam cabbage in the chat. Oh yeah, we had a safe word. It was silence is golden, isn't it? Silence is golden, not cabbage. Forget cabbage. We don't want cabbage. Cabbage is okay, actually. It's quite nice. But we're going to forget cabbage. We're going to have silence is golden in the chat, okay? If I go off on one. So future, silence is golden. That is the safety word, okay? Anyway, so I'll go now after having given you a lecture on nothing I've ever done before in form of rearing a child. But obviously, clearly, I'm so egotistical that I think I can demand some sort of respect from people having had no experience on the matter whatsoever. I don't know how that works, but clearly I do. Yeah, so I'll go. I'll see you next week. Don't forget, ad show on Saturday. If you're a little bit creative and open and weird and accepting of random weird editing, then give that a watch if you want. You don't have to watch all of it. It's like 40 odd minutes or 50 minutes or whatever it is. You know, watch first 10 minutes, come away, cool, it's cool. Or just skip little bits and just get to the bits you want, or watch it on half speed if you want to do that, or watch it 5 times over if you want to do that and give me some more watch time. Whatever you want to do, it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, doesn't matter. So yeah, I will leave it there, guys, and I will see you in the next one. I might even see you in a little bit over on Tracy's working hangout. I think, I've got some listenings to do, actually. I might do some listenings on that, maybe. Anyway, so I'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. So see you very soon, guys.